Citrix MPX or SDX hardware architecture. So as you can see here, so this is how it will look physically. Okay. So as I mentioned, SDX and MPX, these are hardware appliances. So you will get this hardware appliance and you will mount it in the NetScaler, sorry, in your rack in data center. Okay. So you need to know all these ports, etc. So before you start configuring the NetScaler appliance. So let's deep dive this because this is very important. I'm going to my whiteboard. Okay, see guys, so when you buy a NetScaler and it is shipped to your location and you will receive the NetScaler appliance. So after unboxing the NetScaler, so you will see all these things in the NetScaler. Okay, so here you have a keypad, LCD keypad. Okay, so using this keypad, you can do some basic check in the NetScaler. So you can do button over up and down, the middle button, etc. So based on this, you can do some basic activity, and then you have a LCD panel. So here it will display the NetScaler IP address or the name of the appliance, etc. in the LCD. So if you wanted to change something here, then you need to use this LCD keypad. Okay, then very important, you have USB ports. So this USB ports is required sometime. Let's say if you wanted to do some collect some logs physically, or if you wanted to do some other activities which is not virtually over the network connection, it is not available, applicable, then you can make use of these ports to collect logs or etc. So for that purpose you have USB ports. Then LOM port, this is very important. Okay, in the older appliance, for example, if you take 4 years ago or 5 years ago, then this port was not there, LOM port. LOM port is nothing but, if you consider your servers, right? For example, for the Dell servers, you might have heard about ID rack. If it is a HP server, then you will have something called ILOM. This is for the remote management. Okay, so for that purpose it is used. So in NetScaler also, if you configure LOM port, so you can independently you can manage if other thing, if other services are, sorry, if other management ports, or if you have any other issues, then you can use this particular port, and you can manage your NetScaler independently. Okay, so this is for that remote management purpose. And then we have management port. This is very important. So this is the port on which you connect your cable to manage or administrate your NetScaler. For example, let's say if you wanted to access your NetScaler and if you wanted to do some configuration, etc., then all the traffic will go from this port. So you connect this to the switch, and this switch will connect to your laptop or desktop on your office. Okay, so this is the port basically used for the management. So only for management, for nothing else. And then you have a console here. Console, it is used, let's say you got a brand new NetScaler and you wanted to configure, then you can connect your console cable to your laptop and then you can start configuring it. But I normally prefer you directly connect your LAN cable to the management and then start configuring. So people used to do this earlier. They used to connect the serial cable and used to do, but the same functionality is available if you connect your LAN cable directly to your NetScaler management port. Okay, and then you can start configuring your device. And then the data ports. This is very important, guys. As you can see here 10, 100,000 base-T copper ports and then SFP ports. Okay, so when it comes to NetScaler, there are two types of ports. One is copper port. So one is copper port and another one is SFP. SFP. Okay. So if you see, I'm going to zoom in. So you can see the difference here, right? So there is two type of ports. So this port is normally you connect your LAN cable, which is also called as Cat6 RJ45 cable. Okay. So the limitation is you can go up to 1 Gbps. You can transfer your data up to 1 Gbps if you use this port. Sorry, yeah, if you use this port. Let's say you need a requirement and you have a higher data transfer capacity you need, then you can go with SFB. SFB is nothing but fiber optics you're going to connect. Okay, so here it is a Cat6 or RJ45. Here it is a fiber cable FC. Okay, so this will give you more speed compared to your normal Cat6. So this port, it is used to communicate between the backend. For example, let's imagine you have a server, Exchange Server 1, and you have another Exchange Server 2, or you have a storefront server 2. Now you wanted to do the load balancing. So now you need to connect these servers through these ports. Okay, so always remember, data port is used to communicate between your NetScaler and to the backend. Okay, this may connect through the switch, that is a different story. So but in logically, you need to logical as well as physically, you need to connect these data ports with the backend. So this you should not use it for any other purpose such as managing your application, etc. No, managing, you need to use the management port itself. For the data traffic, you need to use only this. Okay, so this is the beauty of NetScaler, where you have a separate port for the management and separate port for the data traffic or the traffic which you wanted to do load balancing or etc. Okay, so this is the front panel which we just discussed. Okay, now see the backend. So backend, you have a solid state drive here. So this contains SSD where it will store all the data which is related to the NetScaler. So basically this doesn't save anything related to your data. So this is basically for the NetScaler configuration files, etc. So it will get saved in the solid state or SSD. And then you have a power switch here. So you can turn off and turn on your NetScaler appliance, and then you have a power supply. Okay, so basically you need to once you do rack mounting of your NetScaler physical device, then you need to connect this power supply to your main power supply which is available in your rack. So then we have a spare power supply. So if you need a multiple power supply, for example, let's say if this goes down, then entire your NetScaler can be down, right? So in order to avoid this, you can it comes with the additional slot also. So you can connect multiple power supply over here so that you'll have a redundancy even if another one goes down. Okay, so these are the brief about NetScaler hardware appliance and how it looks and how it is, what all the options you have in this. Okay,